Charles Barkley has been a massive piece of what TNT has done with inside the NBA over the last several years. That is the preeminent pregame show and postgame show when we're talking about basketball. People love watching TNT to watch Ernie, Charles, Kenny, Shaq, and them just joke around while also talking about basketball. We've known that there does seem to be a problem with the negotiations, and it looks like that Warner Brothers not going to be able to get those rights back for the NBA. And that's like people ask the question, what's going to happen inside the NBA? Is it really going to be over after next year? According to Charles Barkley, he says that regardless what happens, he is fucking done. Charles Barkley says next season will be his last on TV, no matter what happens with NBA media deals. And do I think a lot of this is likely because he knows that it's probably going to be the last year at TNT anyway? I think probably that is the case. But he was guesting on ESPN during the finals broadcast, and he just came right out and said it.
I want to say this because you guys are my family. I really love TNT, all the people who work here, NBA television. You guys been great to me for 24 years. And I just want to say thank you to my entire NBA family. I love you guys. You know, there's been a lot of noise around our network the last few months. And I just want to say, I've talked to all the other networks, but I ain't going nowhere other than TNT. But I have made the decision myself, no matter what happens, next year is going to be my last year on television. And I just want to say thank you to my NBA family. You guys been great to me. My heart is full with joy and gratitude. But I'm going to pass the baton at the end of next year. I hope the NBA stays with TNT. But for me personally, I wanted you guys to hear from me because I'm not doing any more interviews. Don't y'all be calling me. Nobody calling me. I'm not talking about this again, but I want to tell my NBA and NBA TV and TNT family that I'm not going to another network, but I'm going to pass the baton to either Jamal Crawford or Vince Carter or you, Steve. But next year, I'm going to just retire after 25 years, and I just want to say thank you, and I wanted y'all to hear from me first.
Now, that was on, I think I might have said ESPN. That was on the NBA TV broadcast they're doing from the finals, which is part of that network that he's been associated with TNT under Warner Brothers. But that's a massive, shocking announcement. He's been doing it a long time. All these guys have been doing it a long time. And there's a reason that people like that show more than they like the ESPN shit. They have for a very long time. It's going to be a sad day if that actually does happen. Because that group of people, no matter who he gets replaced with, it's not going to be the same without Charles Barkley.
No, I mean, Charles, man, he is probably the most unique personality in NBA history. I mean, he's always said what was on his mind. And when it comes to him being in the studio, especially on Inside the NBA, man, he would just go out there. He would shit on players if they just sucked. And he wouldn't apologize for it. He wasn't trying to be anybody's friend. And that's what I liked about Charles Barkley, man. He brought that, the same way he played on the court, he brought it into the broadcast booth as well. So, sad day, man. Charles, 61 years old. He actually looks good for his age, too, by the way.
They showed a picture of what the other guys look like when he joined. Charles looks very close to the same. Kenny looks pretty different. Ernie looks a lot different than he used to, 1997 or 98, whenever the hell that was.
Shaq looks way different than when he was with the Celtics.
Yeah.
When he was old and fat.
No, obviously, like Barkley, he puts his foot in his mouth sometimes to some really dumb shit, especially when he gets into fucking politics. You know, he says some things that make a lot of sense every once in a while. But when it comes to the basketball show and the basketball shit, that's going to be missed because we've seen some of the criticism. We've seen the criticism for the shows, the halftime shows, everything we've seen from ESPN in this playoff run is going to be more shit like that if eventually the guys from inside the NBA all hang it up.
Yeah. For me, I grew up in a different era. I mean, of course, TNT was always on there. Now it's going to be on Amazon. But a good thing for people of my generation, the NBA is back on NBC. So you're getting Round Ball Rock back, the John Chess theme. That was, NBA on NBC was massive in the 1990s. There was nothing like that.
Yeah, that
It was
theme song.
nothing
Bring
like
that
that.
theme song back. Come on.
It's coming back.